There's a lot of canteen things over here, and they're obstructing the morning traffic just outside BGC. And they just made a pit stop now to clear this. You see the vendors over here rushing to move their stuff to avoid confiscation. Of course, the problem in this area is there's no proper sidewalk anyway. So if vendors occupy this space and extending to the road, not only are they affecting traffic, but they're also affecting all commuters and pedestrians. So you'll see they're breaking down everything that they were using now, and a few items were confiscated. If you look here, you'll see some remnants of sidewalk, but then there's a store here. They are clearing away their goods, but I think the umbrella, the chairs and the tables will be confiscated. There's even electricity going here. In fact, there's a lot of wires running all the way along here. This is a public area, so there shouldn't be a lot of wires, especially with all these splices. It's not safe. Of course, you have to ask yourself, where are the barangay and why aren't they the ones doing this? Anyway, you see they've nearly brought this stuff down, and they'll put it on the back of the truck to avoid it being reinstalled once they leave. And they'll be clearing this item here. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Maybe a sidecar for a tricycle. There is some remnants of a sidewalk here, but pretty much disappeared mostly in this area, to be honest, and everyone's forced to walk in the road. And over here they're removing this extended roof from a sari store. When it's closed, there's no problem, but when they open it, it extends way into the road, obstructs large vehicles from passing through. So they'll break this down now. According to the owner of this property, they're going to adjust this so it's a sliding door instead of an extending door, so they're allowing them to keep it. I have a feeling that it will just be reinstalled exactly as it was before, but who knows?
Yun nga po sir, may warning naman po eh.
Sir, wala akong warning sir. First of all sir, may ticket na talaga.
Napapanood ko eh.
Ibabalik ko na. Anong warning sir? Wala po kaming warning. Sir, ito ha. Pag binigay mo yung lisensya mo, titikita, tapos ibabalik sa yung lisensya mo. Hindi namin kukumpis ko yun. Babayad nyo lang sa bayad sir. Okay?
Yun nga sir.
Peram na lang po sir, bigay mo na lang po.
I-parking na lang po doon, kakapaparking lang dyan sir eh. Ba't ulit?
Ayaw mo na.
Bawal ka sir.
Sabi ko sa'yo, bumalik ka kagad eh. Aalis ko na to eh.
Paparking naman natin nila. Pero paparking na.
Ano na nga? Ano naman ano?
Sir, bakit naman yun? Hindi, bakit kasi ito eh. Paparking naman din namin dyan. Ba't ulit? Nakaparking lang naman dyan.
Sir, hindi po kasi parking ka doon.
Hindi po nga. Ito nga sir, di namin alam. Hindi namin alam sir. Ipaparking may parkingan yan.
Nakikiusap lang.
Ngayon lang yan. Ngayon lang na parkingan yan.
Oo sir, pero bawal
ba't
ka.
titikitan nyo? Ano bang mali doon?
Mali nga na. Mali nga tayo. Mali na nga tayo. Kaya sa akin
pero ito, pag-iusap lang sir, hindi namin alam.
Hindi nga po nyo alam, pero bawal po.
Oo. Ba't titikitan nyo nandito naman sa bahay nila?
Bawal nga po sir. Bawal nga po.
Alisin namin sir.
Sir, kami na lang po mag-usap sir. Kami na lang. Okay na po. Nag-usap na po.
Bakit naman po lang ganyan?
Kasi sir, natin ko lang kasi sir eh.
Kaya nga sir, kaya nang dapat yung parang ngayon, parang lesson learned na sa inyo yan.
The driver just handed over his license now, so he's being ticketed for illegal parking here in the road. And over here they're issuing a ticket to this gentleman. Unfortunately, his passenger on the back wasn't wearing a helmet. And over here they're removing another small roof that extends into the road. It's bad enough that there's no sidewalk here, but when they extend into the road as well, it's just not acceptable because it poses a danger to passing vehicles. And over here they stopped this gentleman for driving without a helmet and dress code violation of wearing slippers. And over here they're going to bring down this small wall. There's not much of a sidewalk, but what little sidewalk there is, they want to protect and open up for pedestrians. And they just stopped this gentleman here. His helmet is on his elbow. According to the driver, he didn't wear his helmet because he just put in fresh hair wax. So now he's getting a ticket for 1,500 peso. You might see an enforcer running over now. They tried to stop this driver here, this tricycle, refused to stop, and he's been stopped further along. Of course, dress code violation of driving in slippers, and I'm guessing no license, no registration, but let's wait and see how it plays out. Oh, there you go, no license. So they're telling him now, unload the tricycle, and that's it, impounded. And there goes the trike now, towing crew taking it over to their truck. And over here they're bringing down another little extended roof. And that's the second time in one of my videos where someone has said it's like martial law, but it's really not. This is like the most basic of law enforcement. It's just that for so long the barangays never bothered doing their job. And they just stopped this gentleman here driving without helmet and dress code violation of wearing slippers. has a license, so just a ticket, no argument. And over here they're looking to remove this shelf that extends into the road. It's like a little canteen eatery type place. Maybe later in the day there will even be chairs here and they will take up more space, it's possible. See, this right here might be what the original sidewalk was like. In fact, many businesses are set back even further, but there's definitely some remnants of sidewalk, but not much, and what little there is being used for businesses. Over here you'll see they're going to help them lift this inside. Problem is, the moment the MMDA leave, they'll just lift it out again. And over here they're issuing a ticket to this driver, both the mummy and the child, no helmet, so excess passenger plus no helmet. Now it's possible that some of this is due to road widening, but if that's the case, why are there some areas that have a nice wide sidewalk like this and then the next property along extended right up to the road? So the problem is there's too many properties extended, and how are the MMDA going to deal with this? How are the city or the barangay going to deal with this? They've left it too late. The only practical way I can think of dealing with this is to start penalizing property owners every day, and then that would force them to do their own construction work and push back their properties, because how is the barangay, the city or the MMDA going to deal with this when nearly every property is extended up to the road? And over here, for example, you have a vulcanizing shop. They don't have any space for their customers, so where are they doing their business? In the road. And this isn't a very wide road, so of course it's going to cause traffic, especially if a car stops here to have their car vulcanized. And over here they're issuing tickets to these two tricycles for illegal parking, although this one here would be impounded because there's no license plate, so it's impossible to issue a ticket. And they're just issuing a ticket now to this driver for not wearing a helmet. And one more ticket being issued over here, driver without a helmet and wearing slippers. Little girl on the back of the motorcycle without a helmet. The driver said it's a medical emergency, but then showed paperwork that says it's a scheduled checkup. So it's not like they're rushing to the hospital because someone's fallen ill or someone's been stabbed. So they're still issuing a ticket for the girl not having a helmet. So send a message to the driver. You need to protect your passengers, you need to wear a helmet. Again, over here you'll see there is a little bit of sidewalk, but then some items have been extended out. Right now they're being told to push them inside, but of course without any penalty they will just bring it out again once the MMDA leave. Right now the team are looking at this tarpaulin. What normally happens is shop owners will roll it up and say no, it's not obstructing anything, and then once the team leave they unroll it and it obstructs the sidewalk, obstructs the road. So they're telling him now that it needs to be removed. And over here they're issuing a ticket to this one for illegal parking, and the same thing over here, one more ticket for illegal parking, and another one over here, illegal parking unattended, 2,000. So the team actually got called away and that tarpaulin wasn't removed, and then what the owner did is throw it over the roof and then say, oh no, that's just there to protect my roof, but they're still going to remove it. Over here they're removing another roof. So although the MMDA removed the extended roof, they're letting them keep it, and they're arguing, hey, why we should be allowed to have it there anyway. So of course the moment the MMDA leave, they're going to reinstall it because they don't agree with it being cleared in the first place. And over here they're issuing a ticket for illegal parking. And over here they're looking at this tarpaulin. Of course it will also extend out into the road later because it's quite long. So they removed that, but it looks like they're confiscating that one. And over here they're getting ready to put this on the back of the truck. It's obstructing the road. When they confiscate items, especially something of value like this, it gets itemized in the book and then it gets taken to the holding area where the owner can go there and try and claim it back. The problem is he will sometimes get there and the item can't be found anymore. So if you do have an item like this confiscated, or a bicycle or e-trike, something like that, I recommend you go immediately the same day to collect it back. Over here is one more tarpaulin that they just removed, but again the owner of that one was able to keep it, and they're removing one more over here. They flagged down this motorcycle now. The driver and the rear passenger, they have helmets, but a little boy in the middle, no helmet. And over here they just stopped this motorcycle, both the driver and passenger, no helmet. And there you go, now they have the license, they can issue the ticket. Over here they stopped this motorcycle. Originally the girl was holding the helmet rather than wearing it, but it makes no difference anyway because it's an unauthorized helmet, it's a bicycle helmet. So they issue a ticket, 1,500. And over here they're putting this motorcycle on the back of the tow truck. They consider it as being illegally parked and there's no plate, so they can't issue a ticket. Directly above the motorcycles is a sign. If there's a driver and he has a license, it will just be a ticket. And the same thing is happening on the other side. They're issuing tickets to all of these motorcycles, tricycles and other vehicles. This one has a plate but no driver, so they'll leave the ticket there, unattended illegal parking, 2,000 peso. And you'll see what they're doing is putting the tickets inside plastic bags just in case it rains. They don't want it to get destroyed. one motorcycle rider told me every day the barangay are collecting 20 peso to park his motorcycle here. But then somebody else said that yes, before they were collecting, but lately they're not collecting anymore. Just next to where all those vehicles were ticketed, it is actually a paid parking area. I asked some of the staff, did you get a ticket? And they said, nope, it's inside the vault. So I guess that's what they call this place over here. And I think they're getting ready to impound this Mio here. They consider this to be part of the sidewalk, and well, if that's the case, I guess this vehicle over here will also be ticketed for parking on the sidewalk. Now that white car is left, you can see pedestrians can use this again. Obviously this is their car park, and then to fit in more vehicles, what they've done is allowed them to park halfway over the sidewalk. What they might want to do is invest in vertical parking like what we saw in SM Mega Mall, where they build up instead of out, so they can fit more vehicles without obstructing the sidewalk. Look at this, this is such a perfect example. There's an old lady here in a wheelchair, sidewalk is obstructed, so she's being pushed in the road, and you'll see all 4 vehicles are now being ticketed for being parked on the sidewalk. There's no drivers, so it'll be the more expensive ticket, unattended, 2,000 peso. And Furio just stopped this motorcycle, commander of Task Force Special Operations. 3 riders, no helmets, little boy on the front, definitely not allowed. And right now they're issuing tickets to all of these parked tricycles. From what I know, Makati has revoked all one-side parking permits. They are coordinating with the barangay, so if the barangay confirm no parking is allowed, ticket. So they're asking now if you have a license, you get the cheaper ticket, and you can drive away immediately. Otherwise, unattended illegal parking, more expensive. There's a number of properties along here that have their own private garage, and they keep their vehicles parked inside, and at least one of them, I won't say which house, but at least one of them has complained about illegal vehicles blocking their driveway and preventing them from being able to come out. So it's only fair you ticket the illegally parked vehicles and protect those who have the private garage, because instead of converting it to a living space, they've kept it as a parking space. Some people have already handed over their license for a ticket, and the others have been ticketed to the plate as unattended. And over here they stopped one more motorcycle, both the driver and passenger without helmets. And one more ticket over here, mummy has a helmet, but little schoolboy sitting on the front, no helmet. If you look down here, you'll see there's a creek, and then they built their driveway over it. I mean, that doesn't look that safe, to be honest. You see over here they're also using it for parking. And then if we go past over here, you'll see another garage or some kind of storage area that's built over the creek. If you see here, there's a sign, emergency evacuation route, and there's a lot of parked vehicles here, so they're issuing tickets to them now. They are following the request of the barangay on which streets need to be prioritized for clearing and for ticketing.